Hamas, short for Harakat al-Muqawamah al-Islamiyyah, Islamic Resistance Movement, is a Palestinian organization with a complex history rooted in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Established in 1987 during the First Intifada, or Palestinian uprising, Hamas was initially created as an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood in Palestine. Over the years, it has evolved from a grassroots movement into a prominent political and military force in the Palestinian territories. The early years. Hamas emerged in response to the perceived failure of existing Palestinian political factions to effectively challenge Israeli occupation. The organization's founders, including Sheikh Ahmed Yassin and Mahmoud Zahar, sought to establish a resistance movement rooted in Islamic principles. Its charter, published in 1988, outlined Hamas's commitment to the liberation of all of historic Palestine and the establishment of an Islamic state. Conflict and the Oslo Accords. Hamas quickly gained popularity among Palestinians, especially in the Gaza Strip and West Bank. It became known for its network of social services, including schools, hospitals, and charities, which endeared it to many Palestinians. Simultaneously, the organization was engaged in armed resistance against Israeli forces, primarily through suicide bombings and rocket attacks. The Oslo Accords in the 1990s introduced a new dynamic to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. While the Palestinian Liberation Organization, PLO, recognized Israel's right to exist and engaged in negotiations, Hamas rejected these agreements and continued its violent struggle against Israeli occupation. This led to clashes and divisions among Palestinian factions. Political ascendancy. Hamas made significant political gains in 2006 when it won the Palestinian legislative elections. This victory provided Hamas with a legislative majority in the Palestinian Legislative Council, but its refusal to recognize Israel's right to exist and renounce violence led to international isolation. The situation escalated into a violent conflict between Hamas and Fatah, the political party of the PLO, resulting in the 2007 Hamas takeover of the Gaza Strip, further dividing the Palestinian territories. Israeli blockade and conflicts. The situation in Gaza became increasingly complex as Israel imposed a blockade on the territory. This blockade has had a severe impact on the daily lives of Gazans, contributing to a humanitarian crisis in the region. Over the years, conflicts erupted between Hamas and Israel, leading to devastating wars, most notably in 2008, 2009, 2012, and 2014. Diplomatic efforts. International efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict have included attempts to engage with Hamas. These efforts, such as ceasefires brokered by Egypt and Qatar, have led to temporary lulls in hostilities, but a long-lasting resolution remains elusive. Controversy and challenges. Hamas's refusal to recognize Israel, its use of violence, and its presence on various international lists of terrorist organizations have led to its continued isolation on the global stage. This isolation presents significant challenges in terms of governance, humanitarian issues, and prospects for lasting peace in the region. Hamas's history is marked by complex dynamics, deep-seated ideological convictions, and a struggle for Palestinian self-determination. While it remains a significant political and military force in the Palestinian territories, its enduring impact on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the Middle East remains a topic of debate and discussion on the global stage. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more on historical narratives and shaping cultures.